Good evening. My name is Nuruddin Tijani. This is the Ministry of Truth, the Return of Light. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the word manna and the word salwa. Specifically, I'm going to be focusing on the word manna. To make this video short, I'm going to try to talk about just one of the two. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about the next one. If I have enough time in this video, I'm going to talk about the second one, but I believe to keep this video short, I'm going to talk about just manna and then make another video to talk about salwa. Okay, first of all, what is manna? So, according to the Wikipedia, manna is sometimes or archaically spelled manna, is described in the Bible and in the Quran as an edible substance that God bestowed upon the Israelites while they were wandering the desert during the 40-year period that followed the Exodus and preceded the conquest of Canaan. So the popular, which is, the most popular interpretation of the word manna is the edible substance. In some translation, it actually says bread from heaven. So this is actually wrong. It is absolutely wrong. It's not bread from heaven. It's not that food that falling or raining down from the heaven. This is absolutely incorrect. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving the truth. I'm going to be telling the truth about this particular word and this particular event. So I'm going to be shedding some light on this topic. So God sent down Manna and Salwa to the children of Israel. What actually was it? So let's look into it. So according to the Bible, in several books of the Bible, the word manna has been talked about. The story of the manna has been talked about places like the book of Nehemiah 9, verse 15, the book of Psalm 105, 40, book of Psalm 78, 24 to 25, book of Wisdom 16 to chapter 16, 20 to 21. So it says here that God fed the Israelites with this bread, which they called manna, for 40 years when they finally arrived in the promised land. However, the manna stopped falling. So does it mean Israelites were eating bread for 40 years? Was that actually what happened? So if somebody can actually think logically, they would realize that it wasn't talking about bread. It wasn't talking about any kind of food, edible food coming down from heaven, running down from heaven. In some places, they actually call it the food of angels. So even if we think about that, food of angels is actually alluding to the fact that it's not physical food because angels don't eat food like we humans do. So that's a quick sign that it's not talking about food in particular. So it's actually talking about something else. So in the Quran also, this is a verse, one of the verses that talked about this in the Quran is located in chapter 20, verse 80 of the Quran. It says, Ya Bani Israel, qad anjaynakum min aduwikum wa wa'adnakum janib at-tur, tur al-aymana, wa nazzalna alaykum limanna wa salwa. So that's the verse in the Quran, and the translation goes as, O children of Israel, we saved you from your enemy and made an appointment with you on the right side of Mount Tur and sent down to you manna and quails. So the Quran here doesn't actually translate the word manna, but in some other parts of explanation, it talks about it being some particular food. So now, what is manna? Actually, the word manna is a Yoruba word. So the etymology of the word manna will help us to understand what exactly manna is. So manna is a Yoruba word, and it is. First, let me write down what manna actually. The word manna is written in Arabic. Manna. So in Yoruba language, the word man. Okay, I'm using the Yoruba language for those who haven't heard me say this before. Yoruba language is, if not the oldest language in the world, is one of the oldest. So, and I believe the children of Israel spoke a language that is similar, if not exactly Yoruba, in the past. I believe there might have been some sort of evolution in the language, but they spoke something which is particularly connected to what Yoruba speak today. So that's why it's easy to connect the languages, the language to be able to see the truth in the history. So manna is written in Arabic, as you can see on the screen now. So in Yoruba, it's actually imana. Imana. So what is imana in Yoruba? Imana actually means guidance. Imana means guidance. So imana is actually imana, which means guidance. So God sent down guidance to the children of Israel. And actually the word manna is actually similar to the English word manna. The English word manna are the etiquette, the ethics of a human being, how to behave, how to, how to restrain oneself when one has to. So that's another example, that's another proof that the word manna is not food. It's actually, if you want to call it spiritual food, in terms of how to behave yourself, how to, conduct yourself in different situations, laws and guidance. Actually, the second word is salwa, manna and salwa. So salwa is more of the guidance, the laws. So let me use this opportunity to talk about salwa also. So salwa is from the word Yoruba word salua. It's written here as salwa, but in Yoruba it's actually salua or isoilaiwa. Isoilaiwa is ila. In Yoruba language means the guideline. Ila means line, literally means line, but in this sense it means guidelines. Guidelines. So here we have Iwa. Iwa means existence, the guidance of existence. Iwa means behavior, good manner. So also the word salwa could also mean law. The word law, as you can see, LWA is actually LAW also. Law means the law of the, of God. To sa ila iwa, salowa, so ila iwa. So I'm gonna do another video where I'm gonna break down the word salowa in another in a different explanation, because the word has been used in different cultures according to different people in different ways for many years, and you can actually see it appearing in different languages and cultures all around the world, and they mean something in the sense that are kind of similar to the original meanings. So salwa is soilaiwa, means the watching of the guidance or the rules of law. Okay, that's salwa. So if it says that God sends down to the children of Israel manna and salwa, means manners of how to behave and the laws. So it's not about bread, it's not bread. So so that's the popular misconception. So another verse in the Quran actually reads thus: وَكَتَبْنَا لَهُ فِي الْأَلْوَاحِ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مَوْعِظَةً وَتَفْصِيلًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ فَخُذْهَا بِقُوَّةٍ وَأْمُرْ قَوْمَكَ يَأْخُذُوا بِأَحْسَنِهَا سَأُرِيكُمْ دَارَ الْفَاسِقِينَ. So this is a verse in chapter 7 of the Quran, verse 145, and it says in English, "We wrote for him on the tablet the fundamentals of everything, commandments and explanation of all things. We commanded, hold to this firmly and ask your people to take the best of it. I will soon show all of you the home of the rebellious." This is referring to the story also. So it says God wrote for him on tablet. Now the word tablet in Arabic, tablets, plural. In Arabic is actually alwa. I'm gonna in my next video, God willing, I'm going to break down the word alwa, which it's not actually talking about a physical tablet. It's actually talking about the laws. It's talking about the laws also. I'm going to prove that. I'm going to etymologize the word alwa, and I'm going to prove that. So alwa actually isn't tablets physically. It's actually the text, the law. So it's the law that have been written down for humanity through the children of Israel. They were taught how to behave, how to understand the law of life, different topics, different way of life. Everything has been detailed according to this verse. It says everything has been explained. It says, we wrote for him on the tablet the fundamentals of everything, commandment and explanation of all things. So everything have been given, explained in detail, and have been taught to the children of Israel for 40 years, according to the record of how many years, the Araba, according to my preface. Remember, Araba means priest, rabbi, Araba. So according to the story, they were taught for 40 years by the Araba. Excuse me. So I'm going to keep this short. So I'm going to stop here. If you have any questions, please ask me. So to recap, the word manna is not bread from heaven. It's not some sort of wheat or some sort of grains. It's actually a manna, which means manna, guidance, to know the way. So manna, according to English, also it means manner, which means etiquette, way of behaving, to be a good citizen or be a good person. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comment section. I'll be glad to answer. Thank you, and may the Almighty keep us safe.